South Texas Fail coming at you again and again and again. Ooh. But in case you forgot, I'm still just another opinionated asshole. But at least I'm wearing clean underwear this time. Am I cool yet? Am I cool yet? Who really gives a shit? Anyways, today, since I owe y'all, well, a lot of videos, but with all this other shit going on, thank you for understanding. If videos and uploads are infrequent, I appreciate your patience. But today I'm going to answer a question that has been burning through at least 12 people who've sent me messages on YouTube. A question they demand an answer to. A question that they asked in a myriad of different ways, some insulting, some out of general curiosity. That question is what the hell's up with my left ear? Well, those of you who have noticed, my right ear is shapely, problem-free, looks, like an ear. My left ear, however, is missing a piece. And that has left some people going, what is wrong with your ear, South Texas Fail? Yo, the fuck up with your ear, South Texas Fail? Hey, dumbass, what is wrong with your ear? It looks like a fucktard. Yeah, those are just excerpts from some of the messages I've gotten. But I'm not going to call names. I'm not going to, say who they are because I'm not a dickhead. Onicio, who is a dickhead, but didn't ask. I don't expect he knows who the fuck I am. I don't care. But I'm going to... Well, actually, before I get into that, I want to say a couple things. I live in South Texas. I've lived in Texas all my life. And in Texas, guns are common. My family had guns. I own guns. A lot of people own guns. Hell, I go hunting. But sometimes I just like to go to the gun range and shoot at paper targets. One, it's good to stay in practice with using a gun if you own one. And two, it's relaxing. It's cathartic. It's a good way of relieving stress. And there's nothing wrong with that. It keeps my ability to aim in check. It keeps it, at a level which is confident. Now, I'm not saying that, guns are fun. They are totally fucking fun, by the way. There is nothing more relaxing than spending 3-4 hours at the gun range throwing lead at paper. There's nothing like leaving your house at 3:30 a.m. to go hunting in D'Hanis, Texas, with a couple of friends. On a cool fall day. There's nothing like that. But I digress. As I've lived in Texas, and guns are very common here, this story involves a 7-year-old, an 8-year-old Jace, and a handgun. Now, when I was a child, my family explained to me the dangers and all that of guns. You were taught from a very young age how to shoot. But, more importantly, you were taught the dangers of guns, how to respect them, how to treat them, how to handle them, and above all, that they are not toys. They are not something to play with. They are dangerous, and that if handled wrong, can result in death or horrible injuries to people around you. My father instilled that in me. Guns are nothing to fucking toy with. They are not toys. They are dangerous. And because they're dangerous, you have to treat them carefully and with respect. Because if you don't, you might as well just put it to your forehead and pull the goddamn trigger. But my friend, who was 7, his parents apparently never taught him this. Because he had found his father's 9mm. I don't remember what brand. I don't remember all that about it. I just remember it was a gun. He had found it in his dad's room, in the dresser at some point. I don't know where the dresser was in his parents' room. I've never been in there. But that's where his dad kept it. And his dad apparently never told his son about the gun. So his kid was incredibly curious about guns. So I go over to play one day. And we're, out in the backyard, we're playing, I think we're playing cops and robbers. And we're running around with sticks, and then he says, oh, I have something cool in my room to show you. Okay, cool. I'm 8 years old. It's summer. what the hell else am I gonna do in the early fucking 90s, you know? This is like 91, for fuck's sake. Internet was far fucking away. Internet porn was much further fucking away. And PlayStation hadn't fucking come out. And honestly, I had a Nintendo, and I didn't have a Super Nintendo at that time, so fuck. I enjoyed playing it. But the point is that kids still went outside and played. You know, ran around, did kid stuff. So, we go into his room. And, you know, he says, I found this really cool toy in my dad's room. And right now I know there's some parents already going, oh dear God, he found a dildo. I can already see that right now. There are some parents out there like, oh dear Lord, he found the vibrator. Oh shit, he found the dildo. Yeah, damn it, little Timmy found a dildo. No, he didn't find a dildo. He found his dad's 9mm. So he has me, you know, stand on one side of the room and say, okay, I hit it, but I'm going to show it to you. Close your eyes. I'm like, okay. You know, I'm like 8-year-old. I didn't think he was going to pull a fucking piece on me. So, I close my eyes. And he goes, open them. And he's pointing a gun from 5 feet away at me, and I'm like, oh shit, dude, go put that back. And he goes, no. And as he's jamming his hand forward, he pulls the fucking trigger. Because apparently he had it racked back, it was ready to fire and loaded, and he pulls the fucking trigger. And I see the brightest flash of light I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen any light as bright or as brilliant or as terrifying as I did in that moment. I don't remember hearing anything. I just remember a blinding light. And my ear felt cold. My ear felt very cold. And itchy. It felt cold and itchy. I know that's insane considering it was a bullet, it was red hot. It should have hurt, but it was cold and itchy. I hadn't even realized what was wrong. His mother and father come running in because they just heard a gunshot. And they heard us arguing. They heard me telling him, dude, go put that back. And he goes, no. And then they hear the gunshot. They come running. His dad was downstairs talking to someone on the phone from work. His mom, ironically, was in the kitchen cooking something. I think she was making dinner because this was in the afternoon. And they come running in. His dad about damn near knocks him to the floor, body checking him and knocking the gun away from him. And his mom starts screaming. And she's screaming like the devil has her by the britches. Or like Donald Trump had grabbed her by the pussy. Political humor. Bottom of the ladder. But she's screaming. She's not even saying anything coherent. She's just screaming and pointing and shaking at me. And I'm like, I told him to put it up. I told him to put it back. And his dad grabs me and runs with me down the stairs, out the door, out the back door, through the garage, up to my mom and dad's house. My dad had his garage open. He was, I don't remember if he had just gotten home from work or if he was doing whatever. But he comes running in and throws me into my dad's car and says, we gotta get him to the hospital. And my dad's like, what? My dad's not a dumbass. My dad was a very, very intelligent man. I mean, my God, he was a geologist and he had worked for major oil companies since before I was born. The man is brilliant and he's dumbfounded. And my dad is like, what? He gets in the car, and my friend's mom comes running across the street and starts pounding on the garage door, and my mom comes out as my dad and him are pulling off, take me to the hospital. Now, I don't remember the trip to the ER. I don't remember much of the ER. I remember the doctor putting some stuff in the wound that burned. I think it was Novocaine or lidocaine. And I remember having stitches, 12 of them in my ear. But they asked what happened. I said, he told me he found something cool. He found this really cool toy in his dad's room. And, the police are there because there has to be a police report. An 8-year-old just got shot in the fucking ear. There has to be a police report. And so I'm telling the cops exactly what happened. Little dumbass, and I were in the backyard. We were playing cops and robbers. I was the cop. We're running around with sticks. And then he says, "Oh, I found a really cool toy in my dad's room. Let's go upstairs and I'll show it to you." So we go upstairs. I'm telling the cop, how it went down. Went upstairs. He's like, "Okay, go over there. Close your eyes." And I closed my eyes, and he, pulled the gun. I told him to go put it back, and he was jamming his fist like this, and it went off. Now, the implications of what had just happened hadn't really occurred to me because, I'm 8. I just got shot in the fucking ear. I'm still kind of in awe of what had happened. And so his dad gets in a lot of trouble. His mom and my mom, who were very good friends, are trying to figure out where to go. Where to go from here. Your kid shot our kid. If your kid had been pointing the gun an inch to his left, our son would be dead. And it never occurred to me that that was an option there. That if little Timmy had the gun tilted just a hair over, just a smidge over, it would have hit me in the face and I would have died, or been brain dead, or been disfigured beyond, well, more than I am already, and had serious, grievous injuries, if not dead, It didn't occur to me until like a month later when my parents are talking to me about this and why I'm no longer allowed to go play with him. And at first I thought I was in trouble, And then it's like, no, he's in trouble because he did something really dumb and dangerous. He could have killed you. And it's once my mom said that, it hit me like that. I could have died. I could have fucking been dead. I wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't be making this video. And assholes wouldn't have asked about my ear. But the thing is that he had not been told about guns as a child. I had. I knew right where my dad kept them. And I knew that they were not fucking toys. I knew that you do not mess with a gun. I knew that guns were not toys. They were dangerous. They hurt or kill people. Don't play with them. If you find one, go tell an adult. Don't pick it up. Don't mess with it. Tell an adult. Little dumbass did not know that. In fact, he found it and thought it was a toy. And didn't understand the reality of it being something that can kill people. And after that, he fucking hated me. Because I got him in trouble for playing with his dad's gun. It never occurred to him that he just shot his former best friend. He just shot him in the ear, and it didn't occur to him that he could have just killed one of the 5 kids on the street he played with. And it's not like at the time it was a bad neighborhood. No. This was a really nice neighborhood. I mean, my dad worked in the oil industry. My mom worked for a medical company that dealt with dementia and Alzheimer's. It was a great neighborhood. The houses were big. The cars were nice. The streets were clean. And I had the biggest crush on the girl that lived next to us. God, I had a crush on her. Like, she was 13. And oh man, I loved when she babysat me. I was so sad when I turned 8.5 and didn't need a babysitter anymore. I had such a crush on her. Ah, well. But anyways, it never occurred to him about him shooting me being his fault, that he could have killed me. I mean, if my head had been turned, it would have hit me in the back, But because I was like this, like, dude, put it away, it went through my fucking ear. It tore a chunk of my ear off. And it didn't occur to me until like a month or so later when I finally confronted my mom about, thinking that I was in trouble. That's why I wasn't allowed to play with him. That I found out that if that bullet had been that far over, an inch and a quarter, I'd be dead. Easily. Has this affected my love of guns, my love of firing guns at the gun range? No. Do I think it's a reason there should be strict gun control? No. And I'm not going to go into that because that's a video for a different day. But that's what happened to my ear. That is why I'm missing part of my left ear. And now the 12 or maybe 13 of you who wanted to know why I'm missing part of my left ear, now you know. Because an idiot found his dad's gun, thought it was a toy, and shot me. That's pretty much it. I mean, if you drop it down to that and want to overanalyze it, moron found dad's gun, shot me, could have killed me. At the end of the day, that's what it is. However, in elementary school, as an 8-year-old, I go back for fall, and I'm missing a chunk of my ear, and there's still stitches, and everyone wants to know, and of course, everyone's fucking parents heard about it. So I was the cool kid for a while. I got shot. Not a lot of other kids in Richardson could ever say that. But yeah, that's the story of my ear and why it's fucked up. Anyways, I'm South Texas Fail. If you hate the video, fucking great. If you like the video, you're an idiot. And if you sub to my channel, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'll see y'all later.